Okay. We'll start with some introductions. I'm Hannah, one of the social media coordinators at BSR. Can you guys tell me what you play, that type of thing?
Thank you so much for having us. My name's Kate. I play the drums and sing.
I'm Ozzy. I'm one of the guitar players. I'm in Beat Laroya.
I'm Liliana. I also play guitar. I am also in Beat Laroya.
And I'm Maz. I play bass, and I'm also in Beat Laroya.
Okay, well that's awesome. Could you guys tell me a little bit about your band origin story? And I'm just super curious about this name.
I think the band kind of started, me and Kate would just jam a lot, and we were trying a bunch of different things, and then I remember we were like rehearsing in TF Green, and you were like, we need a bassist. I'm gonna call Maz.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, call Maz.
Yeah.
Okay, call Ozzy.
Yeah. And then it just worked out really well.
Well, because I know Kate was like looking to start a band.
Yeah.
And I think it was like fall semester last year we met.
I think it was like early second semester. Oh yeah, last year. And then Leon and I were just like fucking around, and then we were thinking about like gigs on the green, and then just like the idea of gigs in general, and we were like, all right,
Yeah.
let's get it together. Let's get it together. Yeah.
And then I guess the strings just kind of pulled. That's not the right word.
It was instant match.
There you go.
instant connection.
Instant connection.
We were all friends.
Super like on
beforehand.
Tinder.
Yeah.
And then originally the name was Lip Service, but it was always kind of like a placeholder. And then we were like, okay, guys, we'll finally like get around to like changing it to something else. And Liliana came in and was like, guys, I've got a great idea.
I would always go to Coffee Exchange and put in the Wi-Fi password, which was Beat Laroya, and I never knew what it was. I thought it was like a band name that I wasn't familiar with the band, and then I looked it up and it's like a fungus that grows on coffee plants, Laroya. And then I was like, it still sounds like a band name, so we should use it.
It does sound like a band name.
Yeah.
Successful band
We talked
name.
about other names too, but then it was like
It was a
we were just
long
like-
conversation.
It was long, but it was just it always came back to Beat Laroya. That was the
That's
one.
So that's kind of like band start. What about like individual inspirations, or like how do you feel about your music as a cohesive unit and maybe individually a little bit?
I mean, we started out just doing covers because like we were just figuring out band like vibes. I feel like when you start with a band, you just have to figure out like how to play like together first, and then like I don't know, we all kind of like similar music, and we were just bringing in like different stuff. I don't know, how do we start doing originals?
It was.
it was Marianne, I think.
Yeah.
You basically, Kate wrote. I think you wrote Marianne, or like you had like the idea of Marianne from like the little.
Yeah, I was borrowing a bass from my friend,
Yeah.
and I was like, wait, this bass line's low-key sick.
I'd say probably more on the original side of things now, but I think that I don't know, one of the fun things about like doing covers as a band, I think, is always learning that like, oh, we can make music that does sound like this. And so I think that it's always fun to like look back at like covers that we've done and been like, okay, like it's not like we took X thing and put it in here, but like it's very clear, like, oh, this sort of vague idea came from like doing High by Slow Pulp and us realizing we can do like louder, washier
hits,
stuff.
yeah.
And so but I'd say kind of now at this point it's more leaning on the original side than on the cover side.
Well, that's cool. Okay, what would your guys' dream collaboration be?
Massive public brawl.
Actually, yeah.
Because we had this like set at like it ended up being like 10:45 last night. I'm like and today I woke up and I couldn't even speak because it's one of our friends recently like said yesterday that we should just lean into like a Riot Girl aspect, which I think could be really sick.
Oh really?
Yeah, like just like screamy. Yeah, I don't know, like that type of vibe. But Massive Public Brawl is a band on campus and they're super cool and they scream
Do you
a
see
lot.
like the animation they did like recently on their Instagram? Like
Shout out Massive Public Brawl.
shout out to Public Brawl.
Shout out Massive Public Brawl.
shout
I love
out
you.
Massive Public Brawl.
Yeah, but honestly, like I couldn't think of like a celebrity answer, or I could, but the bands on campus are so good. Like if you like it's really absurd how talented everyone is and how little it's talked about because it's just such a casual thing. But like yeah, Massive Public Brawl, Adeline, like Plastic Mary, those are the dreams.
Serious Goose.
Serious,
like,
oh my god,
Serious Goose.
Serious Goose.
Oh my god, I love Serious Goose.
I think, I think collaboration like we did last night was really fun. Last night we threw a little show in Kate's basement.
Not even little.
It was
popular.
fairly large. But it was just like all these different bands on campus, and I think we're eager to collaborate more that way. Just
Yeah.
like creating spaces where we can all play shows together and hear each other more and have things come out of that.
And make friends. Like it's just
Yeah.
fun.
It's also like really cool that like most people, like most of the bands we know, there's like shared members in between.
Yeah.
Like our dear friend here.
Yeah.
And I don't know. So like once you kind of like start to like get to know like all the different bands and you realize like who is in who, it kind of just like makes the community feel like a bit closer. Like the brown music
Yeah.
scene in general.
Yeah.
It low-key is just like 40 people on shuffle.
It really. Yeah.
But that's good. It's good.
40
And then-
people on shuffle, and then just everybody has Ray.
Yeah.
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 Ray Mandel Mueller.
Yeah. Shout out Ray.
Shout out.
Okay, so this is kind of similar. What would be your like dream venue on campus and like dream venue ever? Like if you could perform anywhere on campus.
Whoa.
The top of Manning Chapel is such
I was about to say
fucking
Manning
cool
Chapel,
space.
That's actually
And
sick. Yeah.
I know there have been people who have talked about throwing shows there and it hasn't like come out. And I don't know if that's because they just found better spaces or if that's just like not something that can physically
Yeah,
happen,
yeah.
but it is so cool.
That is
It's
such.
beautiful.
Wait, can that be our next
We
thing?
can try.
They did a Bach concert there, and it was so awesome. And that wasn't exactly like religious. Like we can go. Yeah.
But yes, that would probably, at least for me, would probably be the best place on campus.
Yeah.
I would agree. That's really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, Main Chapel would be so sick. I keep toying with the idea of like they just opened this coffee shop like Hawk Hazel Origin Coffee, and it's like right near my house. And every time I go in there, I'm like I'm gonna ask them to do a Tiny Desk concert in here. I'm gonna do it. And then I'm like I actually don't really want to. But I think that could be like the idea of doing it in a small space, doing loud music in a small like space in the middle of the day. It just seems fun.
There's also, I feel like, so much opportunity there to do something outside. They have that nice little patio
Yeah.
area.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What has been your guys' favorite performance as a band together so far?
Last night was
Last night was really good.
Last night was so
Last night
fun.
was pretty good.
It was so because it was also like there's like the constant threat of like the capacity. There was like a huge capacity issue, like, and also like constant threat of like the cops coming because it was in a house, and like just like we were the last ones to go on, so just kind of going on there, realizing that like everything actually went right and nothing yeah, nothing went wrong, like, and then just being able to just like lean into it and have fun and also finish out the night. I don't know, it's just like we do so much practicing and the practices are so fun too, and we're like really focusing on the little details, but then like you get up there and we're all just like goofing around. It's so fun. Like I was like watching the video and I was like, wow, we all just have our tongues out. Like we're having a time. We're
To
having-
be actually,
yeah, like, ah.
might I add also last night was the first time we got like an encore, which
Yeah.
I was like,
The first time we had an encore to do.
also that too.
But yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, I'd say that was pretty.
And also again playing with all the other bands, we
Mhm.
were just all so talented.
Yeah.
Okay. If your band was a chocolate, what would it
Since you said that this was theoretically going to be a question earlier, and I don't know if the culture agrees. I'm thinking like a one of those chocolate bars that has a little bit of like the raspberry filling.
I was
in
thinking
it.
that in my head.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
Thank you. And towards it's a spiritual thing actually.
I think it's just what I wanted right now.
Yeah,
So
that I
that's
think
what
also
we're-
is part of it.
Raspberry.
But I
that
was
kind of
thinking
sounds
that.
awfully like cherry.
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 Oh,
Oh.
that's a good story.
Mhm.
Beat Laroya. Beat
Yeah.
Laroya lore. Beat Laroya.
Lord.
No, one of the first songs was super fun. Our first show was at like like sorry BSR, no beef. Like was a themed outdoor show, and Ozzy like because Cherry Bomb's a super loud song, and it sounded really silly and really good.
I lost my voice the next day.
Yeah.
It was also 420, which did not help.
Yeah. Wait, it was?
The next day it was. Yeah.
Oh, dang. Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Okay, raspberry makes sense.
Yeah. I'm down with raspberry. Yeah.
pretty solid chocolate?
Yeah.
Okay, so I know you guys performed last night, but do you have any upcoming performances, music, anything you wanna plug?
Well, now I'm just thinking about Manning Chapel, man.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
like, I don't know how much. We don't have that much time left in the semester.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if
But-
we can organize a show in the next week before Thanksgiving or after during.
I mean, we could. We could.
In the
But
basement again.
next semester, something I think we really should do is like record our originals. I mean, like we have access to Steiner Studios, like so cool, and like we're never. I mean, like having access to such high quality equipment is insane,
Yeah.
and I feel like we should like I don't know get music out there.
So tentatively look out for that.
Yeah,
But
tentatively.
Well, awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for talking today. Do you have anything else you wanna say before we?
Follow
Yeah,
BEATLAROYA. All one
A.
word.
Right.
Wait, did I? Wait.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that one.
The people know it.
Yeah.
People.
Yeah.
People know.
Shout out the people.
Yeah, that's it. But thank you so much for having
Yeah,
us.
Thank
thanks,
you.
guys.
Thank you.